Most advisors will never break 100K, and not because they are not smart enough, they are operating like an advisor and not a business owner. If you don't think like an operator, advice alone doesn't scale. Processes a business scales. Most advisors will never break 100K, and not because they are not smart enough or because they don't care. It's not because of the market conditions. They stay stuck at 100K for one simple reason. They are operating like an advisor and not a business owner. And the truth is, if you don't think like an operator, you will always have a cap on your income because you're building your career on effort instead of systems. And the sad fact of the matter is, the industry trains advisors to be more like technicians than operators, than business owners. And most advisors come through the same pipeline. So they study for exams, they learn products, regulation, suitability, copy and paste the firm's sales process, and live off referrals, hoping the pipeline is going to fill itself, but it obviously doesn't. And you get trained to give advice, but not on how to run a business, how to build a proper pipeline, how to build systems and processes that are going to get you past that 100K earnings threshold. And you get trained to just provide advice, but not operate as a business owner. And that's the real bottleneck, because advice alone doesn't scale. Systems, processes, a business scales. And the thing is, most advisors rely on referrals as their main lead source. Referrals are brilliant as and when they come, but if your business depends on clients bringing friends or that accountant to refer people when he remembers, or waiting for something to land in your inbox, then you're already capped, because advisors who grow past that 100K threshold, they have multiple predictable lead flows, not just a single one. And the thing is, they have things like outbound messaging, inbound content. They'll be working on their personal brand positioning. They'll be holding events. They'll have strategic partners in place. They'll have some sort of client review incentive scheme, perhaps. It's not one thing, it's an ecosystem of things that they put in place. And the thing is, no pipeline, no income. It is that simple. So this is the uncomfortable truth that I have to drill into the advisors I work alongside. Your pipeline is your biggest predictor of your income. It's not your skill as an advisor. It's not how many exams you've taken. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry. Most advisors don't track the basics. So when it comes to being successful as an advisor, you need to know what your inquiry to meeting ratios look like. You need to know how many people you have in the pipeline, the average case size, what your follow-up cycles look like, the speed of your pipeline and how quick potentially new clients move through that pipeline, any dormant opportunities that you have that you're not picking up, or reviewing those meeting conversations that can lead to opportunities that you've just let slide. And what I find is a lot of advisors just flying blind. They can't see the bottleneck, and if you can't see it, you can't fix it. And the crazy thing is, most advisors I meet initially, their biggest problem is they spend half their week on admin. And this one hurts, because most advisors are doing admin, chasing clients for forms, writing suitability letters, scheduling meetings, preparing reviews or evaluations for their clients, answering emails, because they don't have systems and processes in place. They don't have automation in place, or even a basic support structure. And that's not noble. That is an expensive mistake to make. And it's the reason most advisors hit 80K, 100K in stock, at £100 per hour, of client facing work versus 10 to 20 pounds an hour for admin tasks. You don't need a calculator to see the issue there. And the big thing is, they don't reinvest in their business, perhaps because they don't view themselves as a business, so to speak. So people think the best advisors are the ones with the most knowledge, and that is wrong. The best advisors are the ones who reinvest into better support systems for them and their clients, better systems, processes, better lead generation, investing in a better client experience, the client journey, into their own personal brand, into producing more content for their team, for their clients, into coaching, into frameworks, into accountability to produce a better business. And nobody reaches 200 to 300K of earnings by staying the same person they were when they were earning 50K, 80K, 100K. And the difference is identity. The 100K plus advisor is not doing more. They're doing less, but they're just doing it better. And they don't have a scalable client experience, because when you're under 100k, right, your client journey is usually quite similar for most advisors. They're messy, it's inconsistent, it's reactive, it's firefighting. They're reliant on their memory. They are different every time. And high-end advisors have a repeatable, friction-free, Amex level style experiences for their clients. Not only benefits the clients, it benefits the advisors, of course, because everything is templated, everything is automated, everything is delegated, everything is more consistent, it's more polished, it's more measured. And that's why clients stay, or they upgrade, and they refer. The big thing is they never build a real brand. In 2025, being invisible online is a business risk. Most advisors still hide behind corporate branding and a fear of compliance. And the advisors winning right now are the ones who are building a personal brand. They're showing up, they're showing their face, they're educating clients, they're sharing their journey, they speak directly to their niche, and they create trust at scale. And when you do this properly, clients come pre-sold almost, and it's moving past that fear of getting yourself out there, which when you work in this industry, it's not easy, especially from a compliance perspective. But you've got to believe in your vision, in your mission even. And you've got a responsibility to not just do this for yourself, but do this for the industry, for the clients who want more free educational content out there. And breaking 100k isn't about luck. It's not about being born into a good network. It's not about working more hours. It's not even about being the smartest advisor in the room. It's about adopting an operator/business owner mindset instead of an advisor. It's about losing the employee mindset and operating as an entrepreneur. It's about being less reactive and more systemized. And instead of being a one-on-one effort, it should be about leveraged growth. And that's exactly what I teach, to the advisors I work alongside. If you're an advisor who knows you should be earning more, attracting better quality clients, not wasting your time doing endless amounts of admin, chasing around paperwork, you should be building something sustainable, but instead you're stuck. You're not the problem, your system is. And when you fix the system, everything else scales with it.